Pinfall. Welcome to the Pinfall. I'm your host, Danny Bell, and tonight we have us Zach Johanson, head wrestling coach at Hobart High School. He's been taking over. This is his second year now. He hasn't really taken over for anyone. He's always been there. He's been a mainstay at Hobart ever since he came from Lowell. He's been a true Brickie at heart, and he's emulated everything that the school could want for a Brickie. And now he's the head honcho there. Zach, how are you today?
Doing good. Thanks for having me on, man.
Good, good, man. I'm glad to have you. You know, you're the first coach on our wrestling spotlight, and so we figured we started off with you. You've done a lot for the sport. For everything with Hobart, you're teaching in the school, but there's a lot to you that people just see at school. There's a lot that you do for these kids outside of school. Um, for instance, my son, you helped him with a lot. You know, even you were going out and helping with the recruitment process, and a lot of coaches don't know that about you. And you're not one of those coaches that's going to go out there and say it, you know. And my wife even told me to say to you, like, hey, ask Zach if he misses Jake. And I'm saying, well, I'm sure everybody does miss Jake a little bit, you know, but
Oh yeah, I miss Jake every day. Love Jake. Yeah. Yeah, I
um,
mean, just behind the scenes kind of stuff, um, you know, especially for like guys that we have right now, recruitment's picking up, like Aiden Costello and Seth Aubin. And it's not about me, it's about them. So um, you know,
that's how you've
it's
always been, though. That's what's great about you. And that's why you were a perfect fit for the coach. You know, buddy in my mind that when Jason left, there was just one there was one coach, and that was it, and that was you. And you were the perfect fit for that, you know. And you've been alongside a lot of great wrestlers and coaches, you know, Hall of Fame wrestlers and Hall of Fame coaches. You know, what's it like to be, you know, brought along through your Cobra career with those types of wrestlers and coaches?
Yeah, definitely. Coach Balish was a big inspiration to me and um, helped me as a kid. He was just a great human being that, I looked up to. And um, really, it was actually Brennan Cosgrove that got me back involved in wrestling, like back coaching. And, you know, by that time, Coach Balish was still there, Alex Ramos was still there, and um, I started coaching, and it was just a great experience. I fell in love with it. I went back to school, got my degree in teaching, and then stayed an assistant coach all the way through the Jason Cook era, and that's the story.
Yeah, how was that working with Balish and Ramos and Cook? You know, those are three different styles, but they all were along for the same goal. How was that in your learning process as a, you know, because we're always learning as wrestlers. We're always learning something new as wrestling fans and as wrestlers and as coaches. We're seeing different angles. How was it learning from those type of wrestling coaches?
Yeah, so Coach Balish, definitely, I got a lot of experience from with his just like I don't know, coaching wise, he was always there to talk to you and always there. If you needed anything, he was the go to guy, and he's like another dad to me. Um, and then Alex, it was great with him as well. A lot more technique with Alex and a lot more bringing back like physicality of wrestling. And then going into like Jason, same things, kind of a mixture of both of those guys. And, you know, uh, Jason runs a really structured practice, really structured team. And I was able to learn things from all three of them. And, you know, what is, I guess, the same about all of them is that they just wanted everyone to really come out as better humans. And uh, as true brickies.
They all have great qualities and they all gave a lot to their kids. And a lot of the things that they were showing the kids are it's carried with them throughout life. It's a lot of coaches like you and like Coach Ballas, Ramos, and Cook. You guys aren't just wrestling coaches, you're life coaches, and you guys are mentors to these kids. And it's really great to have types of like Hobart doesn't realize how lucky they are to have Balish, actually, both the Rogers brothers before that too. And so many a line of Mike. I don't even go back all the way back, but just the last four in a row: Balish, Ramos, Cook, now Johanson. They don't really realize how lucky they are to have you guys. And I know you're a humble guy, and but they're really lucky to have a type of person like you. Being that you're young, you could literally go through your career and be a Hall of Fame coach in the state of Indiana, not just the Hobart area. Because your style is great. The way your mentality, you're bringing back your old teammates, like a reunion of coaches. Is this going to be like a old style philosophy, or is it going to be a new JoJo style where you're getting a new coaching style?
Yeah, all of my assistant coaches are really great, and Frankie and Nate being brickies, we honestly just bringing back that region toughness in our room, and um, it's more of a our practices are structured a little different, and I was telling Frankie the other day, I said, "Man, it's interesting that these, first day of practice, we had about 55 kids in the room, and they were slipping all over the place because the room was so humid. But and it wasn't because like we were like having a tremendous like hard practice. It was because they just wanted to work hard,
Yep.
and I think Eric Keith helped a lot with that, with his days at Portage, and um, his mentality, and um, just helps our kids tremendously.
You know, that's another thing I want to touch on is you've put together a really good cast of coaches. And how have your coaches this offseason helped you accomplish your goals that you set for the season?
Yeah, we had a great off season. We went to Iron Sharpens Iron team camp, um, and we were able to compete against a lot of Illinois state teams, and um, we ended up wrestling Coal City, Illinois, who's a Illinois state runner-up team, and we did really well. But with the assistant coaches, it was just kind of doing like checkups with our kids and making sure like, hey, let's not get lazy here. Let's get back in the room. Let's get back to work. And my our kids love our coaches, and they're like you said earlier, they're more than just coaches. They're life coaches, and they um they have a special bond with our kids, and it's important that they have that, and our kids are buying in, and we had a really great off season with a lot of participation. So
That's awesome. Those coaches that you have, they're going to put together a lot of different styles and a lot of different options for your wrestlers, not just one style, which is really great. You have what I've been calling the four horsemen. You've got Aiden, Alex, Diaz, and Juris. Those guys right there in a row, that's difficult when a team starts off at the lower weights on that flip and you end up having to battle back. And then that you're coming into those four, let alone, you have a few other ones in the smaller weights, but those four right there, how tough is that going to be for your opponents to get past those guys?
I mean it's great, having four in a row. It's it's nice knowing like if we're down 24, we still got a chance, because all those guys are pinners, all of them are tough, and um, it's interesting now because it's not going to be really back to back to back, because Aiden Costello is dropping down to 165 this year, and
Okay.
um, but we added Hayden Mansilla. He's a transfer wrestler from Boone Grove. Grew up in our wrestling club. His mom's a teacher here, and we have some other guys at that weight as well. Diego Irizarry, Aiden Granger, things like that. So we're still going to be really tough up top. It's just a little different because Aiden's dropping down to 165, and it's
All right.
it's nice having you know heavy balance up top.
Well, also with him moving down that weight class that opens up, the guys who are fighting for that position, the upper weights above them and the weight below them, in wrestling around the room, those are the weights you wrestle with, and those are the weights you practice with a lot of the time. So they will be brought up to speed really fast because those four guys, they have a lot of experience just with those four right there. And that's valuable when it comes into the wrestling because your partner is going to dictate what you do in the match.
Right. Yeah. It's been good. I mean, Alex and Luke and Josh are all getting done with football season, so they're a little banged up right now. So they are taking the week off, and then they'll be back next week. But still, just easing them into things, and you know, um, babying some boo boos a little bit.
Yeah,
But
get that we gotta get that rust off too.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. You have three state returners on the team this year with Seth, Alex, and Aiden. Those three right there are straight hammers. Now, Alex is strong. Aiden has been competing as well. And Seth has just been all over the place. What is it like to have three returners in the room for leadership?
Yeah. Seth has been I was just talking about this the other day that Seth had probably one of the best off seasons he's
I saw
had
that.
just in the gym and in the wrestling room, just putting in a lot of work. He put on a lot of weight, and um he's real strong. And Aiden, obviously the best off season he's ever had, placing at Super 32, and just kind of putting out their name for himself. Uh, and now like ranked number 9 in the nation. And the guys see that, and they see like how hard work does pay off. And Seth and Aiden have been very vocal about their wrestling in the room. And then on the other end of thing, you have Alex, who is the starting quarterback of our football team, and he has to be a leader. He's a leader in on the football field, and he's a leader in the wrestling room. And we're excited to have Alex back. I'm sure he wanted his season to go a little different, but um, we're gaining a really good, smart kid from the football field with Alex.
He has definitely have a high football and wrestling IQ. He's came to the house a few times, and he's such a coachable kid. It's great to have kids like that in the room, and he's ornery too, which is really nice.
Yeah.
But at your lighter weights, uh, getting to the bank, it's tough to crack that code to the safe. And do you have anybody at the lighter weights that is, on the cusp now of cracking that code, being in that room, like a Jacoby Moore? I've been watching him as well, and he's doing a lot better, and he's a very strong kid. He's got the DNA. Who else at your lighter weights do you think can maybe push through and make themselves known?
Yeah. Well, we really don't know what weights everyone's going yet. We haven't done any certifications or anything like that, but yeah, Jacoby, um, you know, it'll be it's a different ball game in high school, and we're gonna see how he competes. And he's done really well in ISWA and against other high school wrestlers, but we're excited to see him go. And then Daniel Mata, he's been in the ticket round 3 times. We want to break that barrier this year. And then Daniel McGill as well. He placed at Battlesmith last year, and trying to just get them over that hump. Um, McGill was having a great off season this past year, and just freak accident kind of had we're playing a game in the wrestling room. He ended up breaking his arm,
The
and
second time he's
kind
broke it.
yeah, so it kind of set him back a little bit. But now he's back and he's ready to go, and we're excited for those guys.
You have a really good lineup that's set up. There really isn't a weak link in the Hobart lineup, and that's a great thing because it's fun to watch you guys. Not to mention, you're right down the road; it's easy to see the matches. And then commentating them a lot, I get an opportunity to see a lot of really good Hobart matches. And throughout the years, that's consistently happened. And mentioning someone like Jacoby Moore, he was brought up through the feeder program. And, how is that to have a feeder program? And, and what are your expectations for wrestlers that are going through that feeder program as they get up into high school and to move on past that?
Yeah, Hobart Wrestling Club. I grew up wrestling in Hobart Wrestling Club. My dad was the president, and he coached me in there, and I was able to meet a lot of my later on coaches as a real young age. I was 4 years old, and it's just different, like in Hobart, you get talked about every single day about being a brickie and like is you people think it's just a football thing where it's like all my life I want to be a brickie, work, 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 and it's not. It's a whole culture that we have here, and the whole community buys into that, and it's not just football. And it's really great that we have you know right now we have elementary wrestling league, and it's been going um, pretty awesome. It they Joan Martin, Liberty, and Veterans all will have a end of November. They'll have like a dual meet, and then we have a traveling trophy. I actually have the trophy right here. Hold on one second. Jason Cook made this thing, so it's Jason Cook esque. Yeah, hold on. Let me unblur myself so you can see it. Oh, we got
That is awesome.
so uh yeah, Jason made that, and it's a traveling trophy that we have for our EWL, and our kids love it. And
That is
uh,
awesome.
then along with our middle school, our middle school is ran by some really good coaches. One of my coaches as well, and in high school, Tom Swafford, he's in charge down there. And those guys are in shape. They have a small wrestling room with a lot of people, so they do a lot of running. So,
Yep.
but yeah, our feeder program is great. We have a lot of guys that are helping out, and I really appreciate it.
That's good. They have there isn't really a weak link in the coaching staff at Hobart either, all the way down. It really is a community of it, and now with the addition of lady wrestling, how are the lady bricks? Because there's a few of them on there that are pretty good. You've got Cantu, you've got Salamanca, you've got there's a couple of them on that are really good, and Lambs, she's another one, there's a few of them. How is it that, how are they going to be here this season, and what is their ceiling? Because there's a lot of talent on that team as well, and there's a big numbers on that team as well.
Yeah. So, you know, they're returning regional champions, and they have a lot of girls out. Really tough lineup. I think if there is like a team state duels or something like that, they're going to be a competitor. Um, this year they're really tough. I think that they can, go do, great things at the state tournament with all these girls. And then even next year they're going to be incredible. I think with the addition of Bella Wesley and Lexi Rodriguez and Julia Helminski, all three of those girls are, youth state champions, girls state champions that are going to hop up into the lineup next year, and our girls are going to be phenomenal.
Watching Bella Wesley, she's had another one that's had an amazing off season. Watching her wrestle, she's getting faster, stronger, literally so much, tremendously stronger. There isn't going to be too many wrestlers at her weight that are going to be able to out wrestle her with the strength. She's going to be one of those that I said, and I don't want to put a target on her, but she could be one of those multi-state champions at Hobart, and it's not really a target because it's almost evident how good she is.
Yeah, I think that you know that's her expectation is to win state. She has a lot of youth state titles, and she puts in the work, and she travels. It's no longer like it's rare when you see someone so young have such success at the national level at her age, and she's doing great things, and has you know, she was just in the finals of preseason nationals. She ended up getting second there, and you know, she's had a couple of run-ins with girls that have already placed at high school state, and she takes care of business, and it's been in the first period a couple times, and
Yes.
it's evident that she's gonna, you know, be a force to reckon with when she gets up here.
You know, she's another one that's helped come up through the feeder program and everything. And at Hobart, you know, when I was there, I noticed that even from the school staff, the wrestlers, the coaches, the students, the fans, the parents, the families, everyone, it is one huge family. What is it like to be at such a community to where everyone is involved? There's not just a few where you're worried about this or your kids don't have snacks. The community at Hobart for wrestling is amazing. What is it like to have that?
Yeah, you know, we have the Frosh Soft qualifier that we run at our place, and our parents and our community are huge help with that. And it's it's usually like, hey, we need this, and everyone's like swarming, like, hey, what do you need? You know, all right, I already have that. What else do you need? You know, and
Right.
it's great. You know, we you know, my wife says sometimes, you know, we go out to eat and I don't get to talk to her because I'm talking to so many people, and it's, um and that's not a bad thing. You know, our community is strong, and they recognize that Hobart wrestling is a predominant sport here, and um I don't know, it's great just having people that care, right?
It
We fill
is.
the stands at our events, and they care about wrestling. They care about football. They care about wrestling.
They really do. That's what it is, you know, and that's what makes Hobart really good is they've got multiple sports that do that. And Zach, I appreciate you coming on tonight. You know, this has been a great, you know, conversation. Hopefully we can have another one again, you know, maybe right before the, you know, series starts and we'll get back into it. And you've got your hands full. You're gonna be all over the mat, you know, but with the coaching staff you have, I think you'll be have no problem getting it done. And again, I want to thank you for coming on.
I appreciate you guys having me. Appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. All right, everyone. That's our episode of the Coaches Spotlight with Zach Johanson. And just like, you know, everyone needs to understand there's a lot of coaches like this out here, and but there's very few that do what he does. And that's why we wanted to put the spotlight on him. All right. And from Reading Sports, this is the Pinfall. And like in life on the mat, it's always how you bounce back. See you on the next episode.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowd Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at forajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
First home, dream home, forever home. Tech Credit Union has the right home loan for you. Their loan officers can help you purchase a home, refinance your current mortgage, or unlock your home's equity to get a cash out for any purpose. Let Tech Credit Union show you why they are the better option for a home loan. Learn more at www.techcu.org or call 800-276-8324. Tech Credit Union is an equal housing lender and federally insured by the NCUA.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results. Every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Have you checked out Centier Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Centier Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit Centier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Centier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Centier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
We love home internet from T-Mobile. Now Mesh boosts Wi-Fi all over your home. Take a class in your attic, that dead spot is gone. Stream ballet in your man cave, learn to paint on your lawn.
It's glorious.
And now on the road you can take T-Mobile Wi-Fi with you. Hey, stay connected and watch what you'll do.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.